Hello friends, welcome to Peacock Feathers. Today we'll be presenting a discussion on Astavakra Geeta. Astavakra Geeta, as we know, is a discussion between sage Astavakra and Janakraj. Janakraj is the father of Mother Sita. So we start a discussion on Astavakra Geeta. The discussion between sage Astavakra and Janakraj begins where Janakraj inquires about how knowledge of self or truth is to be gained, detachment or vairagya acquired, and also about how to earn salvation or liberation from the shackles of birth and death. To this, sage Astavakra mentioned that self knowledge, vairagya, and liberation can be truly gained by treating all the sensual objects like poison and also by practicing five tenets like forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, simplicity, and truthfulness. Ashtavakra Muni further mentions to Janakraj that he is beyond the five elements like earth, water, fire, air, and womb or akasha or space that constitutes all matter in the whole universe. This can be deeply introspected by the process of neti neti as I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not the sense organs, I am not anything perceived or not perceived by the sense organs. We have in total 10 senses like 5 gyanendriyas like the ear, nose, tongue and skin, and 5 karmendriyas namely sight, hear, smell, taste and touch correspondingly. On doing neti neti, one tends to arrive at a point beyond which one cannot further tell that I am not this or I am not that. One drops in silence where words fall short. One is through which the Indriyas function and not the Indriyas not their function. One is through which seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting and feeling happens, not the organs like eye, ear, nose, tongue and skin and neither their functions. As the Akasha remains unperturbed, so do the changes on it. So does the witness or drashta remains aloof to the senses. Sage Ashtavakra further mentions to Janakraj to stay in awareness. What is this awareness? Is it being aware of this and that? No. Awareness is just being aware of the one that is readily aware. On closing the eyes, one sees a darkness. Light is needed every time to see or perceive something. Thus, it's the inner light or the one that is readily aware that enables to see even if the eyes or the visual organs are tightly closed and thus cannot receive any external light source. On abiding as awareness or the one that truly exists, that the false sense of personhood drops. Individuality disappears as camphor disappears on being lighted. However, to remain in awareness as awareness, one needs to observe indifferently, that is to say, unperturbed by the mind that tries to judge and draw conclusions. Silent observation is the best observation where the mind loses its power and returns home to its seat in awareness. As mind returns to its seat, that silence comes, peace dawns, and one realizes the true nature to be freedom itself. The nature of self is to be free. It's not freedom from bondage, but in where there is neither bondage nor freedom from it. Freedom is the innate perfume of the self. In that, the idea of being a person drops, the other threads like caste and duties adhered to it also drops, and one instantly realizes to be formless, taintless, and unattached to any kind of external and internal phenomena. What remains is just the witness or that which solely observes, free of judgments and conclusions. This is a state of bliss and unperturbed happiness. One considers oneself to be the doer and one's actions to be the cause of all happenings, good or bad. This sense of doership creates trouble. The dropping of the false idea of being an individual self also drops the sense of doership. What appears to be good to one happens to be bad to another. Thus, good and bad are both relative and serves as ideas only. Being attached to the idea of the false self or individual creates a sense of enjoyment and suffering, pleasure and pain with respect to the mind's perception of the external events or happenings. One thinks and identifies oneself to be the doer or the cause behind the happenings and thus reaps the fruits of enjoyment and suffering that follows. The real nature of self is beyond happenings. To wit, nothing happens. Nothing has happened, happening, or will happen to be. This leads to glory and bliss. Friends, the first discussion on Astavakra Geeta ends in here. Friends, please feel free to put in your views and valuable suggestions in the form of comments. And also, if you have really liked the discussion, then please like the video and share the same amongst your groups, friends, and communities. Thank you and pranams.